that's the stuff. Video games often create questions with very complicated answers, like how come ancient dungeons that haven't been entered in centuries have lit torches? Why is Halo 3 the best game ever made? And why did Mario call Bowser gay? Halo 3 came out over a decade ago, and just saying that makes me feel like a fossil. 2007 overall was an incredible year for video games though. We got titles like Call of Duty 4, Mario Galaxy, BioShock, Portal, Mass Effect, and of course, the reason you're here, the best game of all, Drawn to Life! Hell yeah! Let's make some abominations! Oh shit, I forgot. Also this little indie game came out called Halo 3. It was alright, I guess. Pretty okay game. Is what I would say if I was a stupid, dumb, idiot baby who never learned what a video game was! The last time I spoke about Bungie was when I was scolding them for making the dumpster fire in space known as Destiny. But don't worry, Bungie, this isn't round 2. I'm actually here to compliment your amazing work. Before Bungie was making shitty games about super space soldiers that fight aliens, they were actually making great games about super space soldiers that fight aliens. Halo 1, 2, 3, ODST, and Reach. But now let's talk about Halo 3 and why it's the single best Halo game out of them all, and in my opinion, the best video game ever created. Now understand, a lot of the features I'm going to be praising in this game were in Halo 1 and 2, but I feel that everything those games had, Halo 3 improved and went even further. So if you've never played any of the Halo games, I'm gonna go through it all. So why is Halo 3 the best game ever made? Well, let me break it down for you step by step. Let's start with the weakest part of the game, and before you hunt me down and stab me in the middle of the night, let me explain. The campaign is by no means bad. It's actually fantastic. It's just that every single aspect of this game is so incredible that the single player ends up being the least remarkable. I won't go into extreme detail on the story, especially if you haven't played the first 2 games, but I'll summarize it for you. Green Man crashes on Earth. He is found by a cool guy that smokes a lot. He tries to murder Space Dinosaur, but he is now friend. It is discovered that a talking scrotum is trying to activate an ancient artifact that gives him access to deadly space donuts. After a few fights, Goku makes a spirit bomb and Dr. Testicle's ships escape through it. At the same time, a stinky evil plant ship crash lands on Earth. Green Man sprays some weed killer on the plants but finds a message from an e-girl telling him there's more to come. Green Man and Dino Pal go through the portal themselves to try to make it to the artifact. When the gang makes it, they find the place lousy with plant fellas, but this time they come in peace, and with their powers combined, they stab the living shit out of Professor Squidward, securing the control panels to the deadly space donuts. They learn the artifact is baking another donut, but then a hentai monster shows up, so Green Man and Dino Guy flee, figuring out that the only way to fully destroy the space weeds is to activate the undercooked donut, destroying everything, including the artifact, and shit, who cares? They activate the undercooked deadly space donut, destroying everything, including the portal to home. Green Man is trapped in space, he gets really tired and takes a freezer nap. If you play it on normal difficulty, you'll probably finish it in 5 to 6 hours, depending on how good you are at games. If you play it on legendary, however, you'll probably finish it with a broken controller. Okay, I know. Skulls have been in like every Halo game, but like I said, I'm going through everything, and this is another reason why Halo is so fucking awesome. Skulls are a single hidden collectible found at almost every level of the campaign, and later we're even in some multiplayer maps. After finding a skull, you gain access to a crazy new setting for the campaign. Each skull grants you something different, and you can add as many as you want, or none, or few, it's up to you. Some make the game harder, like the blind skull that removes your entire HUD, while others make the game hilariously silly, like the grunt birthday skull. Where now if you land a headshot on a grunt, his head bursts into confetti and you can hear children cheering over the fact that you murdered an alien.
Perfection.
Now this is the big boy, the biggest boy, the oh lord he coming! The multiplayer, the H to the Halo, the corn to the dog, the how the fuck did I die, that was such bullshit! The best part of Halo 3, hands down, it's really the best part of every Halo game. The amount of content in Halo 3's multiplayer puts current multiplayer games to fucking shame. It had everything for every type of player, ranked and unranked playlists that all had their own flavor. Like Big Team Battle, where the teams were 8v8 on huge maps, doubles where you and one buddy battled it out against 2 other people, Lone Wolf for those that liked a good free-for-all, or SWAT if you liked gameplay that depended on your quick reflexes. And that's only to name a few. They were constantly adding more and more to keep the game super fresh. So if Slayer, Oddball, King of the Hill, Capture the Flag, Assault, Territories, Juggernaut, Infection, and VIP weren't enough for you, well,
Game over.
you better buckle up, this is where shit gets wild. Halo 3's custom games was the absolute peak of multiplayer gaming. For the next 3 years or so after Halo 3's release, you could go into any of your friends' houses and chances are there was an Xbox with Halo 3 in the disc tray just for custom games. Halo 3's amazing game settings allowed you to create any game type you wanted. Want a game mode where you run 1,000 fucking miles an hour with moon gravity and swords? We got that! How about a game type where your weapons work as paintball guns and one hit knocks you out of the game? We got that! Want to get into massive cars and play the most dangerous game of bumper cars ever? Whoops, we got that shit too! Almost anything you can imagine has been a Halo 3 custom game. I have played thousands of these different game modes and they never get old, even 10 years later. So now you're probably thinking, alright, that sounds cool and all, but what's the point of having all these game modes and only a few dozen maps to play them on? Well, let me just say, this was a fucking game changer, and I mean that literally because it was used to change the game. Forge was the new mode that was used to create and edit multiplayer maps. And this was the single best addition to Halo. It's now a mainstay in the Halo franchise, but Halo 3 did it first, and it did it so well. I would spend more time building maps in this game than actually playing them. This mode alone created a huge community filled with talented and creative individuals dedicated to building the coolest and craziest maps you could think of. Jenga, Duck Hunt, Fat Kid, Left 4 Dead, Flaming Ninja, Halo, Trash Compactor. Just grab a few friends and you'd be laughing till tears for hours with these game modes and maps. Now that we've made it pretty far through this video, we've baked ourselves quite the video game cake, so allow me to put some fucking icing on top. Wouldn't it be great if we could record all these funny and cool moments as well as share our creations and game modes? Fool! Halo 3 has you covered again! Theater mode let you record any moment from your past played games from any angle. You can also take photos, and some people got really creative with this shit. Here are some of mine I made like 10 years ago. Pretty cool, huh? Now you've got all these maps, modes, photos, and videos, and you want to share them with your pals. That's where the file share comes in. Here, you can upload your creations, and anybody could download them just by visiting your profile. So you can make friends online simply by saying in a public lobby, "Hey guys, I got a really cool new infection map. Want to play?"
Oh yeah, dude, invite me!
Halo 3's community was unparalleled. From competitive to casual to building to playing, it had it all. I have met some of the nicest people on Halo 3. Speaking of which, hey Nathan, if you're watching this, I hope you're doing well, bud. Looking at almost every single popular multiplayer game streaming on Twitch right now, literally none of them have even close to the same amount of content as Halo 3 has, and that was 10 fucking years ago. Now, to be fair, later games like Halo Reach did improve the Forge and had an amazing campaign, but it did make terrible changes to the multiplayer that hurt the competitive side. And even though Halos 4 and 5 were pretty fun, they just didn't have that Bungie charm. Also, Halo 5 removed split screen entirely. How the fuck could they do that? Removing split screen in a Halo game is like removing cars in Grand Theft Auto. Halo 3 was and is incredible in every way you can think of. It set a bar so high that I don't think any game, even to this day, has topped it. It's a little bittersweet because I truly believe that I will never enjoy a video game as much as I did Halo 3, but I'm glad I got to be around for what I believe was the best time in video game